All right, so welcome back to this video tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at counting occurrences. We are still going to be using this our table here to do the counting. Now, we may just look at this and say, how many times does each of these salespersons occur? How many times can you see each of these persons occurring? How many times did any of these products sell? Each of the products, how many times did they sell? Bearing in mind that there are 909 records. So how many times did each product sell? How many times did each region get an order or get a sale? How many times did each of these customers have any order? Okay, so it's very, very simple to use PivotTable to answer these questions. So again, let me zoom out. I'm going to insert Alt N V. All right, so I'm going to use this existing sheet. I'm going to click here. All right, so let me just. So our first question is we want to find out how many times did each of these salespersons bring in order, and all of them must add up to 909. See, we have the end here is 910 minus the very first one that is used as the header, gives us 909. All right, so when we click here, we're going to bring down our salesperson to the rows. We bring it here. It gives us the unique entries in that field. So there are 12 reps or salespersons. Great. Now we are looking at how many times. Now there are several ways you can do this because they will still give you the same answer. Now remember in our previous videos when we introduced the pivot table, we talked about these 4 areas. We said this is your filter area, this is your column, this is your row, and this is your value. And we said when you click any of these fields here, this header here, if it is numbers, automatically it comes down here by default. And what it gives you is sum. However, you can change that to whatever, like we demonstrated. You can change it to average, you can change it to count, you can change it to different values that you want. Now, when you bring in a field that has numbers and it gives you sum, and you want to change it, you can actually change it to count. Now, let's see what we're going to be doing. We want to see with these salespersons also. Let's bring them here. Of course, you know that this salesperson is text field, and so it's going to automatically give us count. I'm releasing this. It's giving me a count of salespersons. So what this is saying is that this person occurred 71 times out of this 909. Each of them, these are the number of times they occurred. And like we said, it must give you the 909 entries that we have in this table. Now, we can also get the product. Get the product to here. Product is a text, and by default, it's going to give us count. So you see, it's still giving us the same values. All right, so let's do more things. We bring in our customers. Customer is a text field, so it's automatically going to give us count. Now, let's pivot this. You know, pivot, just the way you see a fulcrum, you can turn it to whichever direction you want. We can decide to make this our columns and make this salesperson, this any of these things to be on the rows. What I mean is this: I'm taking away salesperson here. I am bringing the customer here. Now, the customer B and B spaces occurred 193 times out of this in this table, and these are the individual counts. Okay, so I think let me just be duplicating this. All right, so here we have for, let me get to analyze table, design, and get my tabular form so that this occurs last in customer. I do the same here, design, report, tabular, B, this is my customer. Okay, so this is customer, but we are now going to change this. All right, so let's see what we need to have here. Let's see our product. Let's bring our product here. Okay, so these things still remain. You can use only one, so long as it is count. It's going to give you the total of the entries that we have here. However, the values under each here now is going to change. Okay, so for uniformity, I'm going to let's remove all this. Let's use total cost. Let's put it here. Total cost is giving me naira, the monetary value. However, I need to open up here, go to my value field. I need count. So I choose count. I okay it, gives me this. Okay. So the same thing will happen here. Let me take this away. Let me take all of them away. And then let me just bring the total costs. Total cost. Whatever you bring here and you choose count, it's still going to give you 909 counts. Okay, so but now let's put here I'm interested in the counts, not the sum. So I click here, get my value field setting, I choose count, I okay it, and then it comes this way. So you see here we are counting the number of times each customer occurs here. Here we are counting the number of times each product occurs here. So okay, so I'm still going to duplicate this again. Let me get it over here. Now I'm going to look at, rather than products, I'll be looking at the salespersons. So I take away this product, I bring in salesperson here, still remains. All right, so when we look at these 12 reps, this is how they occurred, still giving us 909. So you see, this is how you'll be able to answer questions that have to do with count. Tell you how many times did each of these zones bring an order, or how many orders came out of this each region, right? So answering that one, we can also, rather than creating a new so let me use this one because this one is shorter. Rather than creating a new pivot table, let me just get this. Okay, drop it here. Right now, question is referring to the region. So I take away this product and I bring in my region here. It gives me this. Sorry, what it is? What is it? Where is the one? Okay, so here is it. Region here. Okay, so this is the count. For Northeast, they brought 310 orders. All right, so this is a very beautiful way of using PivotTable to do counts. Just drop whatever you want to do here. If it is number, by default, it gives you sum. However, you can change it to get your counts. You might even use date. It's still the same thing. How many times the date occurs here? By default, if you drag date to this point here, it's going to give you counts because date is seen as a text, not number. You cannot add number in PivotTable. All right, so this is one cool thing I want to also share, that PivotTable can be used to count occurrences of items. Thank you very much.